Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kawaii Bookworm Plays with Yarn podcast. This is episode 5, and I am Hannah, a Jersey girl living um, in Liverpool and studying at the University of Liverpool. It's late today because I spent most of my day at a haircut party. So I've got a new hairstyle. It's been shoved under my hat because I had to get home. So it's a little bit off now. And I'm still getting used to it. I have fringe again. Woo! Um, I don't have a whole lot to talk about today, just because I've been working on some of my projects, but not all of them. It's been a really busy week at school. I had 2 posters due, and as always, I left them for the very last minute, which is not very good, but that's how I roll. Um, so, into finished objects. Well, more like a 7/8 finished object. I finished the knitting portion of the Variations a la Russe hat. This is in for the Love of Yarn in the Tangerine colorway, and it's fingering weight yarn held double. And last time when I showed you, I was here. I had just barely started, and now it's finished. I just need to put a pom-pom on the top so that it's totally done and weave in the ends. But the main portion of it, which is the knitting, is finished. It has this really pretty cabling detail, and I am super excited. I'm glad to have it done so I don't have to worry about it too much, and I can get it to my sister as soon as I get my hands on a pom-pom. I want one of those fur pom-poms, like the big furry, fake fur ones. I think that'll look good, and I think like a light brown I think will be a good color for this. It was super easy to knit up, but I do have to say I'm not a huge fan of how the pattern was written. The There was actually 2 hats in the pattern, and I wanted to do the one with the bigger cables, and the other one had the smaller cables, but I couldn't tell from the photo which one was which because they had it labeled as single colored hat and 2 colored hat, but the 2 colored hat in the photo looks like just a cream color, whereas I think it's like a really, really pale green that fades into white. And in the photo, I couldn't really tell until I zoomed in, and I was like, oh, that's the 2 colored one. Um, so, but once I figured that out, it was easy. Um, Probably the fastest decreasing I've ever done for a crown. Um, but yeah, I hope my sister likes it. And then on to my works in progress. So last week I had started the Yulefeld mittens from Ellie of Skandir. And I had told you guys that I was going to tear out the cuff that I made because it was really, my floats were really bad. It was really wonky and wasn't working. And I'm sorry I keep playing with my hair. It doesn't seem to want, I might just pull it back. It doesn't seem to want to cooperate right now because again, I just pulled it out of a hat. And that doesn't always work sometimes. But there we go. That's better. It'll be out of my face now. So I pulled out the cuff and restarted the mitt. I know that the third clue came out yesterday. I haven't looked at it yet because I'm still on the second clue. So I'm going to show this. If you don't want to see the clues, look away. But this is where I'm at. I am now halfway through the first Mittens um, second clue. And the um, cuff looks so much better. It's still a little wonky here, but I think that'll kind of stretch out a bit. Um, Not so wonky on at the top here. Um, or no, it's actually this side. That side's a little wonky. But I'm getting better. And I do have the thumb gusset. And it fits very well. So I'm happy with that. I was a little bit nervous because I am using DK weight yarn, that it wasn't going to fit as well, or the gauge was going to come out funny, but it's working out perfectly fine. I'm not having a problem with it. And I'm really enjoying it. It works up much faster than I thought it would, mostly because I'm basing it off of the Gimme Coffee socks that I've been working on for 3 years, because I don't know, that pattern just isn't vibing well, I think, or something's off with it that doesn't agree with how I knit or something. I don't really know. I can't explain it. But this one is so easy. I was able to almost get caught up, but because I had those posters, I wasn't able to. I think if I didn't have those posters due, I would have been able to catch up and either be just starting the third clue or well into the third clue by now. But I'm happy with it. The plan was to do it concurrently, so do clue 1 on the first minute and then do clue 2 on the second minute. But because I'm so behind, I think I'm just going to do the whole mitten and then do the next mitten. It has gotten really cold here, so I don't think I'm going to get second mitten syndrome. So I'm not too worried about that, even though I know I get second sock syndrome, and that's why I do them 2 at a time. So that doesn't happen, but I think it'll be all right with this. I'm really enjoying this. And then my last whip for today is the sock head hat. Also, this is just Yorkshire Spinners Air Valley DK yarn. Both of them are. So I'm doing the sock head hat again. This is for a trade. And I forgot to put a progress keeper on, but I think I was only an inch in, and now I have almost 2 inches. I was focused on doing the mittens and the other hat, but so I wasn't working on this as much. But since the other hat's done, this will be my knit night knitting, because I can't do color work for knit night. And so this should get done pretty quickly. It shouldn't take too long for that. And the yarn is Volca, or Vine Yarns Volca base in the Dead Calm colorway. It's a merino cashmere nylon mix. I forget the percentages, but it's something like 70, I don't know. I'm not even going to try. It's a merino cashmere nylon mix. It's really soft. I really like it. I think it works really well for the brim of the hat. This is all that's left over from the other hat, and this will be going in my memories blanket. I'm really glad that there was a good amount left over, because I was playing yarn chicken with it a bit. Or I felt like I was playing yarn chicken, because I was holding it double and pulling from the outside of the cake and the inside of the cake, and so that I couldn't really judge how much yarn was being used. And so as it was getting lower and lower, I was like, but there's plenty of yarn left. That's it for whips and for mostly finished objects. Again, I don't have a whole lot to talk about because this week has been really busy with school. Um, I did get to go see Brandon Sanderson at Waterstones. He was doing a talk and a signing for the Oathbringer tour, and that was really cool. Um, I was really glad that he didn't talk about spoilers. He actually, during the Q&A section, he said that he's not going to do spoilers because it is a massive book and he knows that some people aren't going to have been able to finish it. And so I really appreciated that because I am not the kind of person who likes spoilers. And so I was very nervous that there was going to be spoilers and I was just going to be like, oh man, that was a huge spoiler. Great. Now, now I know what happens and it's still exciting, but not as exciting as it would have been as you were reading it because you know it's going to happen. So yeah, that photo is on Instagram. I did blink. I didn't realize it. There wasn't even flash, which was weird. I think she just took it at an awkward moment. I wasn't quite ready, but yeah. I guess that's my book suggestion is just Brandon Sanderson in general for this week. I didn't really prepare a book suggestion, but yeah. I don't really know what else to say. Today was a really short episode. I'm like looking at my notes to see if there's anything else I can talk about, but not really. So, yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back if you're a returning viewer, and thank you for checking this channel out if you are not. And happy knitting! Bye!